STICKERMANIA from Louisville, Kentucky with our third live stream. Let's see how we can do it. Let's hope we can get a little better. Can you see us all right? All right. We got Sticker Kid. How's it going, Sticker Kid?
Fantastic.
Got my oldest son. And hopefully there's a few people watching. Okay, I'm gonna show some of my new arrivals. I got my
All those matches?
Hackney Diamonds promo t-shirt on. They came in this box. Don't get angry with me. Came from California. It was $100 a couple weeks ago, and it was $200 5 days ago, and now it's up to $300. I don't know how many of them were made. Big cardboard box. Got this big cardstock photo of the three Rolling Stones, the way they look now. Got this factory sealed 10-inch sealed of Angry. And we got some stickers for Hackney Diamonds.
Mr. STICKERMANIA.
Yes.
Can I ask a question
Yes.
about the box?
Yeah.
What is that?
This?
Yes.
It's just stuffing for shipping.
Can I have one?
Yeah, take what you want there. Except it's sold. It's going to somebody. Just take one. Thank you. Sold right away when I put it up on my eBay store. There we go. I bought some items from the Gary Hine estate. The late Gary Hine, he would send out COAs on Beatles memorabilia. He put pictures of the actual item on the back of it. And I got these two Revell model kits with sealed contents and an instruction sheet, never been opened up. So these cost, Sticker Kid, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
These cost $1.50 in 1964. What do you think they're worth now?
A lot.
Each. Or let's say, what are these worth together?
A lot.
Well, come up with a guess. What do you think?
Come
it
with a
is?
guess.
Just a guess. We can't go wrong with a guess.
$3,000.
No, not 3,000. A little less.
$2,000.
A little less. You got it?
200. 200.
No,
I'm bidding 200.
No.
200.
No.
No.
$1,000.
1,000?
Yeah. This is the Paul Revell kit with the sealed contents. We got a few people watching.
We got 5 right now. Appreciate you all coming by.
Thanks.
I think there's not many people because it's 11:04.
Anybody
Yeah, but-
wants us to zoom in on anything, we'll zoom in. I'm trying not to move the camera as much. So if anybody has any questions on anything, just ask.
8 o'clock California time though, Sticker Kid. It's
Yeah.
only 8 o'clock California time.
So your prime time.
What's that mean?
They're 3 hours behind.
That's when they're watching TV at 8 o'clock. Aren't you usually on your stuff?
Yeah. So I got this today. This original newsletter notification from 1965 saying that John Lennon's new book, Spaniard in Works, is being issued on May 10th, 1965 from Simon and Schuster out of New York. But that's original, not a copy. Real nice shape. This is from the Gary Hine estate also. I did sell the tray already, and I sold the Soakies already.
A food tray?
It was like a TV tray.
I don't get it.
You've
You've seen them before. You've seen them before. These are hard body Remco dolls from 1964. Perry Cox just sold one of these with the original Sears shipping box tonight for $750.
If I can give a close, kind of move a little close, show these, and then you can go back.
You got the John Lennon hard body with the paint all on the still on the original guitar. You got Paul McCartney. These are all hard body dolls with the large eyebrows. These will last a lot longer than the soft rubber dolls.
Mrs. STICKERMANIA.
Yes.
Is it real hair?
No, it's not real hair.
Oh.
But when these came out, a lot of girls would cut the hair and
Make them bald?
well, kind of make them short hair. But they're all the original hair is still on there, or that was made with it. There's a Ringo Starr with his drum, and you got George Harrison with his lead guitar. These are in really nice shape.
That's it. I get back focus normal. Just stay in the whole picture now.
I bought a collection of a lot of magazines, and in it were these two. These are programs that you got when you went to see the Beatles in Chicago. That was a '65 show, and this was a '66 show. These are originals. When the Circle Ronettes Remains, The Remains, and Bobby Hebb was opening up for the Beatles. It was tough opening up for the Beatles because they didn't, all they wanted to do was see the Beatles. Not a good gig opening up for the Beatles.
Open it up.
Being an opening band before the Beatles came on.
Open it up.
Yeah, because the girls only wanted to see the Beatles.
Why don't you sing us your favorite line of the Beatles song that you love so much?
Yeah, your favorite song.
Why don't you give us a little encouragement, a little excitement? Sing it for us. Come on, just one little line.
Hit me. Ow.
Alright, I'm trying to get you in it, get you something going. Let you be a star.
This came from the Jeff Osberger collection out of Illinois. He has a traveling Beatles museum. This is a sealed pink balloon. The Beatles from 1964, made in Connecticut. Let's try to show you some stuff I haven't showed in the other live stream. Let's talk about Led Zeppelin for a second. Got these box sets, live box sets.
I got the other. If you want to sit down.
It's good.
So this is the original ticket stub from 1969 at the Fillmore East in New York, when Led Zeppelin finally was a headlining band in May of 1969. And you see the ticket was $4 to see Led Zeppelin in 1969. They were opening up for other groups for a while. Jethro Tull, and there were a few other ones. Spirit and Vanilla Fudge, I think it was. But these are, I just sold this today, How the West Was Won. This is the best live recordings you can get of the, made from the master tapes that Jimmy Page mixed from 1972 at the Los Angeles Forum in Long Beach.
How much did you sell it for?
This sold for $200.
200?
Yes.
That's a lot.
On one of these live albums, they have part of Some Other Guy, which was one of the first songs that the Beatles ever performed in video at the Cavern. So Led Zeppelin was influenced by the Beatles, even though they didn't talk about it very much. But they did Twist and Shout and some other guy, and they might have done a little bit of Long Tall Sally in some of their encores. This is a Song Remains the Same, the 1973 Madison Square Garden. That's another one where it's a real good recording, a 3 LP set. That's a little bit about Led Zeppelin.
Thanks, Bob. My friend Bob says, "What's up?"
Bob Parnell?
No, Bob Loud, my boy.
Oh, okay.
Bobby from here.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming by and saying what's up, bud.
One more thing about Led Zeppelin. You know about my silver reveal where I did Led Zeppelin Zosa, but I sold 2 Houses of the Holy this week. I sold a DJ copy and I sold a jukebox 7-inch EP from Houses of the Holy. So it was a Houses of the Holy week for me with Led Zeppelin.
Wake up, boy.
And last week we didn't have actual sticky fingers. This is already sold, first press. This is what I said. This is the most demanded Rolling Stone album there is. Original 1971 pressing that has the printing on both sides on the back. And the zipper's all the way to the top. And later pressings, they had to pull the zipper down because it did some damage to the record. But it's a first pressing with a AAA on the matrix on one side and BBB on the other side. Another way you can tell it's a first pressing, it says division by ATCO Atlantic Corporation there on the bottom print. Sticky fingers, I could sell one every day if I could get a hold of them.
So, Chris W. says the best boss in Louisville. Do your thing, Frank. Proud of you, bud. Daniel Castillo. Michael Fremmer said German sticky fingers is better sounding.
Yes, the UK and the German pressing is has a little different mix that Doug Sachs did. It has to have TML in the matrix of the dead wax. The United Kingdom and Germany used the same cutting by Doug Sachs, and it's a little less muddy than the United States pressing. I've sold quite a few of them for close to $200. To a lot of them to a couple of them to Better Records, Tom Port. Let's see, we're going to talk about a few more Rolling Stones. I didn't talk about this in the last stream. This is my first pressing of Hot Rocks. It's called the Shelley. The very first one where it has a different alternative takes of 2 songs, Brown Sugar and Wild Horses. You never heard those 2 songs sound like they do on this very first pressing of Hot Rocks. It was only the first week until they realized that they were alternative takes, and then they corrected them on all the other pressings. You can tell on side 4, it's got 11, 18, 71 in the matrix. That's how you know you got one that has alternative takes of Brown Sugar and Wild Horses. Wild Horses. One of their great country songs, and of course they got that new Sweet Sounds of Heaven. It's kind of I like that, and tracks off of Exile on Main Street like Sweet Virginia. Going to talk about my big sale this week. These aren't the actual albums that I sold.
Mr. Stickman,
Yes.
since you said it's your biggest sale, how much did you sell for?
Well, I'm gonna give you a multiple question.
What's that?
You're gonna have options to choose, A, B, or C.
So this is a Sgt. Pepper 1978 pressing, but I sold the Nimbus Supercut, and the same buyer bought the Nimbus Supercut, my first state butcher cover that had never been covered up, never been pasted over, and he bought a Led Zeppelin 2, a PR Presswell pressing. Bought all three of them for close to, you want to guess, or you want me to give you a multiple choice?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Was all three of them 5,000, 10,000, or more than 10,000?
D. B.
You say it's 10,000?
Yes.
It was C, more than 10,000.
You told me to
I
choose
know.
a
Well,
every single
I
time.
trick you sometimes.
Oh.
More than 10,000. And he was happy.
Yeah, I was.
Let's see, Sgt. Pepper was up here.
You ready to go back to school this week, Sticker Kid, since you've had the week off?
Not happy.
Why not?
Cause
You should be thrilled to get back into school.
One more thing about my Germany pressings. This sold today. This is my last. I've sold all my Magical Mystery Tour, the 1973 to 78 pressings from Germany with the -1, -3 true stereo. The Beatle collectors are realizing that and this are two that they just have to have. This is the best sounding stereo pressing of Please Please Me that exists in the world. They took the master tapes from Abbey Road, they went to Germany, they cut it with a new Neumann lathe, and they used less compression, and this pressing really rocks. You gotta have -2 in the matrix of the dead wax. I could sell the Beatles and Magical Mystery Tour every week. I could give them. Leave the butcher cover showing there. We need to talk about my big purchase here. It's too bad that I sold the Nimbus Super Cutter. I could have put framed them both and put this with it, and had a huge sale. This is a This is a doctor's receipt, Sticker Kid.
doctor's note.
Doctor's receipt for services rendered to Paul McCartney 3 weeks before Sgt. Pepper was released. Sgt. Pepper was already recorded, but it took about 3 weeks to get the records made and the covers and everything, and get it released in England at the end of May. But this is a sign. You can get that, show that pretty good.
Yeah, come up and show them that.
Please pay Paul McCartney a real nice unrushed autograph, and it's dated May 5th of 1967. It's got a PSA from Los Angeles, COA, and it has one from Frank Casio, the Beatles expert for 35 years on their autographs. He hand signed this, and he authenticated it in 2006. That's up for sale on my STICKERMANIA 2853 eBay store.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What you take a guess of what you think it's up for sale for?
A lot.
A lot.
So you gotta come up with an answer. I mean, you can't be wrong with an answer. Just choose. Take a guess.
$500, $1,500, more than $2,000.
You can't give a guess?
A, B, or C?
74.
$74?
No.
It's more than 2,000.
You keep telling me to choose the midway to
You shouldn't go with it. You make your own guess. It's just, you're making a guess.
You seen my sealed Rolling Stones 8 tracks? I got this in this week from a first pressing 8-track tape of Let It Bleed. Title sleeve. The great Gimme Shelter. Here's the album version of it. First pressing. Has the hype sticker for the poster. The poster's inside there. And a pretty much unplayed record from 1969. Another new addition this week. I usually don't have too many solo Beatles unless they're really unique. And I thought this was pretty unique. A 1976 pressing from Germany of Imagine. That's quadraphonic. SQ quadraphonic. You had to have a special receiver to separate all 4 channels. It says quadraphonic right on the record label. From Germany. Germany made a lot of audiophile pressings of the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. It has a poster and it has the postcard inside it.
Can we listen to one?
I don't have a. My buddy Kevin's got a quadraphonic receiver. I don't have one. So John Lennon's doing a little jab at his partner in the Beatles there, with that picture there, that postcard. And he does that on the song too, How Do You Sleep? Kind of attacks Paul McCartney a little bit. Any questions? I'm bidding on a Sgt. Pepper Germany 1978 pressing that has -3 in the dead wax. That's another audiophile pressing of Sgt. Pepper that goes off in about 4 days. There's a lot of Beatle items, Beatle records in the auction, and I have $4,000 of bids on about 30 different items in the auction. This is another audiophile pressing from Germany. Has to have 72072 on the get that off on the catalog number of Revolver. One of the best sounding pressings of Revolver that exists in the world. If you want to hear the real Revolver and not the reimagined mix by Giles Martin. They made a lot of good pressings in the late 70s after the oil embargo was over and the vinyl was improved and the cutting lays were improved. And Abbey Road at that time would loan out the master tapes, where now that's impossible.
Give us a joke. What's a joke? Come on, Sticky Kid. You got a joke to tell us? Tell us a joke. Why he's getting stuff ready.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Leave.
Leave? Leave who?
Leave who?
Leave me alone.
That's pretty good. This is a sealed 1978 pressing from the United Kingdom of Abbey Road. Said this last week that was put in the BC 13, the very first 3,000 of them that were put together by Capitol Records here in the United States, but they used they imported the Beatle albums and then they would shrink wrap them in this loose type of shrink and they'd put the sticker imported from England, capital EMI. Haven't shown this one. This is the one of the first thing that Giles Martin ever had his hands on and remixing, the Love soundtrack. This Love still plays out in Las Vegas at the Mirage. I went there 25 years ago, maybe 20, when I first started. It's a heck of a way to hear the Beatles in a different way.
Unloose my head.
But they were all, Giles Martin used all the master tapes and he remixed them and he kind of combined the songs together, and it's a lot different way of listening to the Beatles. Got this from a auction this week. George Harrison picture sleeves and mint records from all over the world.
Sticker Kid, what size are these? Do you know? What size the record is that goes in them? As much as you've heard him talk about, can you?
So these are
I left my ruler at home.
the record was 12. The albums are 12-inch. So how big do you think these are?
The albums are 12?
These are 12-inch. The records.
Yeah, the big record's a 12-inch.
So how much do you think the 45s are?
Can you an album?
Just take a guess.
I want to do some math here. Sorry if I'm wasting
So it's a little more than half of 12 inches.
12. Half of 12.
Do the math.
6. 58.
7. These are some United Kingdom and Germany pressings, and Belgium, and a few United States. My Sweet Lord, Dark Horse, What Is Life. This guitar, that was the last Apple single that was made when they were making 7-inch records.
Come closer for these.
All these years ago, John Lennon's tribute to John Lennon after he was murdered. These are from another country, My Sweet Lord with a different picture sleeve. Bangladesh, a lot of these are from France. Dark Horse, Ding Dong, Give Me Love. All those years ago again, and some more. This United States here, Bangladesh. Got My Mind Set on You. That was the last #1 song I think that the solo Beatles ever had, 1987. This Is Love, and a promo of I Don't Want to Do It from the movie Porky's Revenge.
Porky.
Porky's.
Who's Porky's?
They made 3.
Movie. It was pretty raunchy.
Yeah, I made 3 Porky movies.
They're good, but they're raunchy.
Bacon?
Yeah.
Pork chop?
Yeah.
There's one more I know.
Got this in this week. This is a sealed 1969 Plastic Ono Band live piece in Toronto. When Eric Clapton was went with John Lennon, and they just went on a jet plane, and they rehearsed on the jet, and they performed at the Toronto Festival 1969. But this is unique because it has the hype sticker for saying includes John and Yoko 1970 calendar, and it has the actual calendar there with the middle end there that's sealed inside the with the record.
30 minutes in, you're tired already, Sticker Kid?
Yes, I'm tired of singing the wooden chair. I don't like this wooden chair. It reminds me of a...
This is a John Lennon Roots album. This is not original. This is a counterfeit. You can tell because reproduction, because it says sings the greatest rock and roll hits.
Kevin wants to know, is there a remix issue of that with the Yoko mixed down?
Of that?
Yeah.
Oh, there probably is. but I'm not aware of it because I don't concentrate on solo Beatles too much.
Give me some STICKERMANIA.
Yeah. You take a break?
I got a meeting at 1:35.
Alright.
11:35, I meant.
You've done good helping out if you want
Yeah, you lasted 30.
to. You did good.
That's my new weapon.
You can do your exit. Tell everybody bye.
That's it.
He walked right through everything still. Alright, Daniel wants to know, do you have the Tony Sheridan My Bonnie German pressing?
I've had the 1986 reissue of it before. The one that was in Germany in true stereo. And I'm bidding on it in this next auction. But the original from 1962 is worth thousands of dollars. And they're usually all beat up. They're in a real thin cover and it just hasn't held up over all the years.
I like to apologize
Set
for
'em
that.
right here, give me it. I didn't want you to walk through the camera again. No, I don't need them now. You already walked through the camera.
Softer.
See you, Sticker Kid. Thanks for helping out.
Lost you, Mr. Cameraman. Every weird stuff is happening.
This is a few other items, but this is the big one here. Forgot to talk about this. Got this week. It's got a very first date issue of the White Album from the United Kingdom, the mono pressing. They mostly the first pressings were all stereo, and when the record stores ordered them, they got their orders cut, and the monos took a long time. Took about a month before they got all the monos out there. But this is a very first day issue, top loading with the inserts, posters, and the photos in there. And it's a low number. It's under 100,000, 90,262. That's the original black inner sleeves that came in there. They're kind of rough on the records. They're die cut like that in the middle. But what makes this unique is the very first pressings didn't have an EMI recording above made in the UK. So that's side 3 with a PMC, which means mono. Same thing. The very first presses doesn't have the EMI recording. But then on the record 1, they made the same mistake on side 1, a PMC and no EMI recording. But what really makes this rare, they accidentally put a stereo label on side 2 with the EMI recording. All 4 sides play in mono, but they were putting the things together so quick, the demand was so heavy for the White Album that there were a lot of error mistakes. And they had to hire a lot of handicapped people to place the records inside. There wasn't a machine that would do a double album like that, so they had to be hand placed inside the album cover. So this whole process of getting these albums ready in the rail system in England took about 3 weeks to get them all out. And then they kept pressing them because it was so big at Christmas time, United States and the United Kingdom. But you can see that laminated cover is so much different than the United States. The emboss, the Beatles, and the number down there. And it's got those flips on the side. And it opened from the top, which wasn't too practical. And another year later, they started opening from the side. Any questions about my first day issue of the White Album?
Nobody, buddy Kevin wants to know if you heard when the new Stones album's gonna be released.
October 20th.
October 20th.
Yes.
All right, there we go.
Hackney Diamonds. And the Paul McCartney plays on one of the tracks. Can't ask Sticker Kid, but it's Bite My Head Off. Paul plays bass on a new song coming out on the Rolling Stones Hackney Diamonds. Got this Betamax original of Let It Be. Betamax didn't last, but it was better quality, but VHS was just, there was too much money behind VHS that Betamax couldn't survive. That's a 1981 original, Let It Be. I have a Betamax machine. I played on it and it plays pretty good. Pretty good picture. Plays in beta hi-fi too. This is the Celebration Day from 2007 when the Led Zeppelin got together for one more time, and they actually rehearsed for a couple months for this, whether the Live Aid, they didn't hardly rehearse at all, and it was real ragged, but this one was real professional. Celebration Day 2007. This has a Blu-ray and a 2 CD. And I've had a lot of the album box sets that have sold, and it's a great recording of Led Zeppelin. Last time Led Zeppelin will probably ever reform.
Well, Brad Parnell, did you ever collect the records that came on the back of the cereal boxes?
I've had the Monkeys. I had the whole set of Monkeys that were on the cereal boxes, and there were Archies and Jackson 5. But I had the whole set of the Monkeys.
The Monkeys?
They were on Kellogg's and Post cereal boxes. 1960.
Appreciate the question.
1969. That's our local Parnell that shops at where I work.
Yeah.
My other job.
When I have two in today's world.
Yeah, you gotta have two in the world. I used to be the rock and roll grocer, and now I'm Mr. STICKERMANIA. This is the last album that the Rolling Stones did of 2018, but it was all covers, Blue and Lonesome. But this new album is going to be all originals. October 20th. But the rumor is that Now and Then by the Beatles, their last song that all four of them are on, is supposed to come out in 2 days, October 9th. We'll see. It's been postponed several times.
We figure they gotta push something out there with the Stones pushing a button.
You know, Christmas season's coming up. It'll be pretty unique if we have the Beatles against the Rolling Stones again for one more Christmas. I didn't talk about this in the last stream. A girl belonged to the Beatles fan club for through the 60s, and she kept all this in a binder. I've sold a lot of it, but I still have some of it left. Show you some of it.
Chris W. asks, who's your guys' favorite Beatle? I mean, mine would be Paul. What's yours?
Oh, Paul.
Paul. So they're both Paul.
Ringo.
You say Ringo?
The Beatles wouldn't have lasted as long as they did if it wasn't for Paul McCartney keeping it going. They would have probably broke up 2 years earlier. I'll show you some of these. These are original fan club cards. When you belong to the
Come up and show
Beatles
Step
fan
to the
club
table.
in 63, 64.
Brad says Paul is his favorite by far too. My
All right.
favorite too.
All right. You got a certificate belonging to the Beatles fan club in the United States, and you got these membership cards. That's a late one there, 1969. I had one from 1971 the last year, but I've already sold it. You got the posters at certain times. This is from, pretty sure, the 68. Real fragile though. It's a 68 bulletin. Don't want to open it too much. And this is a 69 picture of the, oh, it's the same one. You got some photos there from 68, from the Lady Madonna period. You got a 71, that's towards the end. Fan club bulletin. You got a 1969 fan club bulletin. And a 1968 fan club bulletin. Pictures from Beatles' Mad Day Out. The Christmas greeting card, all the different fan club presidents around the United States all signed these two sheets. You got a lot of newsletters, 1968. More newsletters, envelopes from the fan club. She really kept everything, and they're all in binders with original envelopes, everything. There's all the high-end stuff's already sold. All the Christmas records. I think I have one more Christmas.
That's what Brad was just asking. Do you have any of the fan club Christmas records?
I have one here, 1968. That's a sleeve design. Is by Julian Lennon when he was real young. Of course, that's who Paul wrote "Hey Jude" about. Julian Lennon, John's oldest son. He is 62. He was born in 62, so he'd be 8 years younger than me. So he'd be almost 60 now. There's the flexi disc that was in the 1968 Christmas record. I sold the other ones. 1968 pictures. See if there anywhere I show that. Show that. Got some duplicates and some 1969 record. I sold that. And most of the rest of it's just newsletters. A lot of photos. Paul from when they were down in the basement at Apple Studios doing Get Back album. This is the or Let It Be, but the Get Back documentary. This was the when they did the song for Revolution. Let's say from the fan club. There's some Yellow Submarine things in here, and Hard Day's Night bulletin that you got by the fan club in 1964 that has every word that was said in the movie in Hard Day's Night. Well, I ran out of time showing that last time, so I want to show that. Any questions?
I say we appreciate y'all hanging out and joining us with these live streams. Any feedback could always be beneficial.
No, one other thing is we kind of zoomed up on memberships, but I'm about 5 short of 1,000. And I need to get 1,000 subscribers before I get recognized by YouTube. So I'd appreciate it if I get 5 more from this live stream. That would sure help. And one good thing is I used to have under 10% of my watchers were subscribers, and now I'm almost up to, I think it's 28%. So that's a big improvement. I appreciate all you people that have subscribed to my channel. That's what makes it all work. I've showed my sealed compact disc EP collection from 1992 from the United Kingdom, where you have the million sellers. That's the best way you could ever hear She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, Can't Buy Me Love, and I Feel Fine on a CD. I have a Can't Buy Me Love picture sleeve. Something I missed today on a UPS notice. But I have a Can't Buy Me Love picture sleeve, the most expensive Beatles picture sleeve, the commercial release, coming the beginning of the week that I'll show in the next live stream. Got a mono box set coming Monday and quite a lot of other things. So next week we'll have some different things to show.
What time are we doing next week's?
11 same time. 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Saturday night. I think I've shown about everything. You got a good thing on my. That's the logo there of Hackney Diamonds. It's kind of funny when you read it. It has something about "Give Me Shelter" on it. Doesn't it say "Give Me Shelter" on it?
We'll fix it. Let's see. Our friendly
shattered
team
one.
promises you satisfaction. When you say "Give me shelter," we'll fix your shattered windows.
So it's got "shattered" in there, satisfaction, and "Give Me Shelter" in that little slogan. 3 great Rolling Stones songs.
Brad said he'll see if he can get you a few more subscribers. Appreciate it, Brad.
Yeah, thanks, Brad. We didn't have our California people we had last week, John and
Yeah, they
George.
missed it today.
hopefully check it out when it's. We'll put this up. It'll be up there tomorrow morning.
Because he pretty much went through it all already.
Yeah, I have another. This isn't a Led Zeppelin 2 hot mix, but this is the cover, the original cover and the matte cover with the Broadway address inside. But I have a Monarch pressing a pretty nice, excellent copy record, but it's coming in a cover with a lot of wear. So I'm going to Frankenstein when I get the Monarch pressing record and sell it with this cover. That is the ultimate pressing to have on Led Zeppelin 2 is the one made in Los Angeles with the MO on the bottom. The one?
The 59-cent one, what's that?
No, he did that last time, the 59. But what's the middle thing?
All right, one
This
more
we
big
didn't
thing.
do,
One more big
'cause
thing.
We didn't do this yet.
I have quite a lot of original photos coming from the original negatives from Lizzie Bravo. What's remarkable about Lizzie Bravo, she was only 16 from Brazil, and she went to, and she became like the head Apple scruff, hanging out at Abbey Road Studios and Paul and John's home. Became buddies with him. When she was 16, you can see one of John's Rolls Royce there at his Weybridge estate and the gate there behind him. But she was at Abbey Road Studios one night and it was raining, and they usually always waited out there outside for the Beatles to come out in the middle of the night. But it was raining. They felt sorry for these two 16-year-old girls, and they let them into the lobby. And Paul, they were recording Across the Universe, and Paul saw them through the window. He said, "Can you girls hit this high note?" And he invited them in to the studio with a recording studio, and they sang backup vocals on Across the Universe, which is on the Rarities album and the Past Masters. So those two girls you hear singing the background vocals were only 16, and they were Apple scruffs. Neither one of them are alive anymore, but I have 2 more photos that show John coming out of Abbey Road's, the studios. It was out the front door, and he has a copy of Abbey Road, one of the very first presses of Abbey Road. He's got like this, and he's coming out there with Yoko right out the front door. So that'll be a remarkable picture when I get that. And he's got his white suit, all white suit on that he wore the week of his, when he got married to Yoko. And another picture shows him coming out of the basement of the Apple Studios when they were recording Get Back, Let It Be. But I think that's pretty remarkable from the original negative of Lizzie Bravo. And I think I covered all the new stuff that I got going on for this week. Until next Saturday, when we do this all again. Thanks a lot for all you people checking in, and give me a few more subscribers so I get to 1,000 and the pressure's off on me. Thanks a lot from Louisville, Kentucky. Is that like 50?